What if every time you went out, you could cash in? Now with the Capital One. All right, and just like that, let's get started. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Roto Wild Fantasy Sports. I am Bolts Bolton, your host, and I'm going to take you through today's main slate. We've got a great main slate. Again, this is a promo video for Fiverr.com/RotoWild. I will help you win on FanDuel. The basic gig, 1-day winner, slate of your choice that day only, and I will deliver 30 minutes prior to contest start. Our show is about to begin, so just give us just a moment and we will get things started.
Always had the most fun. They always down for the freak thing, so let's go, mama.
All right, a little bit about Roto Wild Fantasy Sports. Roto Wild Fantasy Sports, a DFS community. DFS daily fantasy series in general can be frustrating. You need expert advice from players that have won many of these large prizes in the midst of handicappers with multiple entries. We have an interactive forum. Our members are our contributors. Our contributors are our winners. We have won multiple fantasy first places in MLB and NBA. We can help you do the same. Sometimes you got to go with your gut. And if your gut is saying maybe Roto Wild can help me win, then you have to book the service. So what is the service? I will help you win on FanDuel. Me, Bolts Bolton. I will give you my lineup, one-day winner, slate of your choice that day only, and I will deliver 30 minutes prior to contest start for $5 only. This is only on Fiverr.com/RotoWild. Again, a little bit about myself. I am Bolts Bolton, winner of $38,000 in prizes on FanDuel alone. Now, I'm here to walk you through today's main slate where we got a lot of great games. We have OKC at Orlando, Milwaukee at Detroit, Washington at Cleveland, Chicago at Brooklyn, New Orleans in Houston, Phoenix in San Antonio, and Philadelphia in Los Angeles. This is today's main slate. Now, the chat is open. We have posted the question, who is the best play on today's main slate? So go ahead and join us at any time. As people join in and the show becomes more interactive, I will release some of my picks on today. Now, another thing that we like to do is send tweets live out about today's slate. So let's get started. As we look at this, there's a couple ways that I'll give you my picks. Of course, you can book the Fiverr for $5. I'm also running the chat promotion. Currently in the chat, here is my Instagram, IG RotoWild DFS. Add me or DM me. Add me, and I will DM my best play of the day. Oops. Looks like that was misspelled a little bit. Sorry about that. Here we go, guys. This is the correct one. Roto Wild DFS. Now, here is what the guru suggestion pops up on the main slate when I first click it and open it. Got my coffee, I'm ready to go. I'm going to make some money today. If you're in, book the Fiverr now. I've got my phone out. I'm getting alerts when I got people booking the Fiverr gig. I will message you. You can message me, ask any questions you have over the Fiverr chat as well, right? Now, it's going to be a busy day. Probably not staying on long. But here, you've got good matchup, stud, and stud. So that looks like Harden, George, and Simmons. So let's go ahead and go into the Twitter sphere. And here's my Twitter page. So it's RotoWild, at RotoWild on Twitter. Alright, and there's our tweet, everybody. The tweet was sent. Let's reload that. And you can see our tweet there. IG RotoWild DFS, add me, and I will DM my best play of the day. Alright. So that's what that looks like. Looking good. So let's get back onto the slate. Here we go. You got matchup, stud, and stud. Let's go ahead and ask this one into the chat and create the poll. We're going to go Harden, George, or Simmons. So we pull up James Harden's log. It's unbelievable. 36, 6, 8. Wow. Pretty interesting, right? Now, on my last broadcast, I gave away a few tips when comparing huge studs players like this, right? You gotta consider their price, right? And how many points you're losing off the price. Here you got Harden at 14K now on FanDuel. That's literally unheard of, you guys. I've never seen anything quite like that in any of the fantasy sports. But he also kind of, garnishes that price. So I don't know, what to say about that huge price there. That is a huge price. Again, the chat is open. You can join us at any time. This really is a promo vid for Fiverr.com/RotoWild. It is a basic gig of $5, 1 day winner, slate of your choice, that day only. I will deliver the lineup 30 minutes prior to contest start. Therefore, that way you can create and make changes of your own or play my lineup straight up. Now, we got a nice slate today, a good chance to win money. How did everyone do yesterday? What an exciting, crazy slate that was, right? So I've got a few things up. I want to thank everyone that's watching us on the different platforms as we are broadcasting on YouTube, Vaughn Live, Stream Me, YouNow, and Periscope. If you visit the Stream Me platform, I do have the poll up for Harden, George, or Simmons, and I'm just getting that up now. This is the link if you want to participate in the poll. And again, my show's geared to be interactive, so the more participation I receive, the more information, the more tips I will give out as I create my lineups for today's slate. Now, here I'm designing the poll. We're going to say this is Harden, George, or Simmons, 129. 19. So again, I just posted the link here to the Stream Me post. And if you visit the Stream Me post, what you'll see is you have the ability to participate in our poll. All right, and so I'm pulling that up here. In just a second, we'll come right back to this one. All right, and there's the poll. So if we take a look, I do have it set up here. The poll is Harden, George, or Simmons. You can go ahead and cast your vote there. It's open now. It's going to be open for an hour, so everyone can view what everyone else thinks, and so on and so forth. So that looks good. Again, this is a promo vid for RotoWild, Fiverr.com/RotoWild. I am Bolts Bolton, winner of $38,000 in prizes on FanDuel alone, taking you through today's main slate, which looks a little bit like this. And here we got the poll up. If you want to participate in the poll, the chat is also open. This is the link to participate in the poll. Now, again, the video is to promote the Fiverr, and there's the link for the Fiverr. Now, let's take a look here. One day winner, a slate of your choice that day only. I will deliver 30 minutes prior to the contest starts. That is how this gig works. It's very easy to do, very basic. Most likely, you've already bought more than $5 worth of lineups. You might not even get to them. Go ahead and run my lineup out so you can win yourself some cash. I will deliver it 30 minutes prior to the contest start. That way you have some time to make edits on your own. I do have the Stream Me poll up. So take a look at the poll. It'll look a little bit like that. What we can do is grab this one. Alright, so now we can all see the poll a little bit better. Alright, it does look a little funky though, right? So let's go back here. I've got the slate pulled up. As I told you, as people interact here, I will give out more tips and more information on what I think about today's slates and today's lineups in general. I'm only going to be on for about 5 more minutes before I get off and start designing the lineups myself. All right. So, what do we think, audience on you now? Who do we think is going to have the biggest fantasy day today in the NBA? All right. Is it going to be Harden, George, or Simmons? Of these three, my audience on Stream Me, you can always vote on the poll. The poll looks just like that. Harden, George, or Simmons. So go ahead and join us there. Now, we can look at the game totals. We can look at a couple different things to give you clues. But again, remember their prices and how much you're losing in price. So go ahead and join in the chat. Let me know Harden, George, or Simmons here on Stream Me, YouTube, Facebook, any of these. Go ahead and let us know. The chat is connected to all of them. So your answer will pop up here. The show's geared to be interactive. The more input I receive, the more feedback and more tips I'll give out for today's main slate. Now, I'm going to take a look here. And I've discussed average fantasy points before. What you do is just take the estimate here. Look at that 9 in there. Wow. So you got 19, 24, 240 fantasy points in 4 games for James Harden. For Paul George, you've got 11 and 10, 210, 210 fantasy points in 4 games. And Simmons, you got 8 and 7, 150 fantasy points in 2 games. So in my opinion, these two are your guys. All right, now my vote is for James Harden. So there it is. I casted the first vote. It is for James Harden. It's going to look just like that. So who is your vote? Go ahead and join us there. You can join us on the chat. Let us know. And then what I'll do is come back to the lineup. We'll get our next wave of guys here. All right. These are more, they're listed as studs, but aren't they kind of value plays? All 3 of these guys. Trevor Ariza, Rudy Gay, Rashawn Holmes. It's a pretty good poll itself, right? So go ahead and join us. Let us know what you think. Again, this video is here promoting Fiverr.com, RotoWild. I am Bolts Bolton, winner of $38,000 in prizes on FanDuel alone, and I'm walking you through the main slate on today's FanDuel. Right? Now, I'm only going to be on for about 2 more minutes, so if anyone has any questions, go ahead and ask me now. If you like our videos, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. Give us a subscribe. It's RotoWild Fantasy Sports. You can visit rotowild.com. a little bit about what you'll find is a DFS community. We have an interactive forum. Our members are our contributors, and our contributors are our winners. It is Roto Wild Fantasy Sports. We do have the Fiverr gig up. I will help you win on FanDuel. 1 day winner, slate of your choice that day only. I'll deliver 30 minutes prior to contest start. It is $5. Again, I cannot stress this more. How much money is on the line here, guys? When we click on this and we take a look, we go ahead and pull up the contest. I would recommend joining the $7.77 contest. All right, now as we click on this contest, you can see here, entries wise, still a lot of entries left, right? Almost 4,000 entries are left. You can still get in on this contest. We take a look at the prizes. 20,000 to first, 10,000 to second, 5,000 to third. That's what I'm gunning for with my $7. So you take your $7, put in an extra $5, and you buy the Fiverr gig. It looks just like this. 1 day winner, slate of your choice that day only. I will deliver 30 minutes prior to contest start. With the information I provide, you can either run that lineup straight out there, or you can make adjustments of your own to try to win yourself cash. That's how this works. It's very easy, very simple. The chat is open. You can click the link right there, fiverr.com/rotowild, to get you there to book the Fiverr gig. Now, I'm going to log off. I appreciate everyone watching and enjoying the stream. We gave out a few tips today. All right, we always give out a few tips, a few things, maybe a favorite player. I do have the poll. It's running on the Stream Me page. So go ahead and vote in the poll. Go ahead and join us there. All right, you can also leave comments on the video, give us a subscribe and a thumbs up, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.